Why is it that all of a sudden, Western media are talking about the Congo crisis? Is it a new conflict? And why are the West pointing the accusing finger at Rwanda? What are Western countries trying to hide? Kilimanjaro News Network investigates. Imagine a land so rich in resources, it's practically overflowing with wealth. Diamonds sparkle beneath the soil, rivers teem with gold, and lush rainforests hold secrets that could power our entire world. This isn't some fantastical dreamland, it's the Democratic Republic of Congo, a nation with the potential to be an African powerhouse. But here's the twist, this land of unbelievable riches is also a land of relentless conflict. Millions of lives have been lost, and the future seems perpetually shrouded in darkness. So, what went wrong? How did a nation blessed with so much wealth become a battleground for greed and bloodshed? Join us as we delve into the complex and heartbreaking story of the Democratic Republic of Congo. We'll explore the brutal legacy of colonialism, the assassination of a visionary leader, and the ongoing fight for a brighter future. This is a story that will challenge your perspective, ignite your curiosity, and leave you wondering, can the Congo finally break free from its curse and unlock its true potential? Prepare to be surprised, and maybe even inspired, by the tale of this truly remarkable, and deeply troubled, nation. Before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to Kilimanjaro News Network. Click the bell icon to be notified for more interesting and in-depth investigations and analyses of events happening throughout the continent and the diaspora. Congo is a land of scandalous riches and relentless bloodshed. It is a land where emerald rainforests carpet the earth, colossal rivers snake through valleys, and mountains bulge with minerals coveted by the world. Such is the immense wealth of the Democratic Republic of Congo, DRC, a nation overflowing with potential, yet tragically crippled by a seemingly endless cycle of violence. But the story of the Congo goes far deeper than just headlines. It's a tale of shattered dreams, ruthless greed, and a fight for a future that constantly slips out of reach. Long before European boots touched African soil, the Congo region thrummed with the vibrancy of kingdoms. The Kuba Kingdom, famed for its exquisite masks, and the Luba Kingdom, renowned for its powerful queens, flourished for centuries. These societies left their mark on the land, shaping its culture and traditions. Then came the late 19th century and King Leopold II of Belgium. His reign wasn't rule, it was plunder. The Congo became his personal fiefdom, its rubber ripped from the earth at the horrific cost of millions of Congolese lives. This brutal exploitation left a scar on the nation's soul, a festering wound that continues to ooze resentment even today. The year the Congo, shimmering with newfound independence, emerged from the clutches of colonialism. But euphoria swiftly morphed into despair. Ethnic and regional divisions, long suppressed, erupted into violence. The Cold War added fuel to the fire, with superpowers like the US and USSR turning the Congo into a battleground for ideological supremacy. In the midst of this chaos, a beacon of hope flickered in the form of Patrice Lumumba. A charismatic leader, Lumumba embodied the dream of a unified, prosperous Congo. He championed Pan-Africanism, a vision of unity and cooperation among African nations. But most importantly, he dared to dream of reclaiming the Congo's riches for its people. However, Lumumba's ideals clashed with the vested interests of Western nations led by the USA, who craved continued access to the Congo's wealth. His socialist leanings made him a Cold War liability. Just months into his premiership, Lumumba's dream was shattered. A CIA-backed coup toppled his government, and his assassination sent shockwaves throughout Africa. A leader who could have steered the Congo towards stability was ruthlessly eliminated, leaving a void that haunts the nation to this day. Lumumba was one in a long line of African visionaries who was brutally assassinated. His assassination served as a Western template to eliminate genuine African leaders who stood in their way till this day. In the wake of Lumumba's assassination, the mantle of power fell upon a Western puppet, Joseph Mobutu Seko, in 1965. While Mobutu maintained a semblance of order, his regime reeked of corruption. He gave the West unfettered access to the country's natural wealth. The country's riches lined the pockets of a privileged few, while the Congolese people continued to wallow in poverty. Rebellions and ethnic clashes simmered just beneath the surface throughout Mobutu's iron-fisted rule. The end of the Cold War and Mobutu's fall from grace in 1997 offered a glimmer of hope. But the dream quickly dissolved into a nightmare. The Congo's mineral wealth, particularly coltan, a vital component in our everyday electronics, became a magnet for greed. Neighboring Rwanda, with its own troubled past, intervened in the conflict, ostensibly to neutralize rebel threats. However, accusations swirled that Rwanda also sought to exploit the war for its own economic gain. This ignited a brutal conflict, the Second Congo War, that would rage from 1998 to 2003, claiming millions of lives and displacing millions more. It was a war fueled by greed, fought by proxy armies, and leaving behind a nation in ruins. The West's role in the Congo's woes is a murky one. It's a tale of exploitation, double-dealing, and at the same time purporting to be the Good Samaritan. They sponsor militias to provide unfettered access to Congo's rich natural wealth to feed their industries. They also flood the country with ineffective peacekeeping missions which critics describe as spies and mercenaries only there to stoke the flame of the crisis. They argue that a war-torn Congo is a goldmine for the West, because in a stable democratic Congo, the West will not have unfettered access to Congo's wealth without paying a fair price. The West's insatiable greed and demand for minerals, often mined in horrific conditions, directly feeds the conflict. The lingering shadow of colonialism also plays its part. Weak governance and ethnic divisions, exacerbated by colonial policies. The Western divide and rule tactics, as seen in the way they point the accusing finger at Rwanda, fuels animosity with Congo DRC, creating a breeding ground for exploitation and instability. The Democratic Republic of Congo is a sad tale of a sleeping giant, brimming with potential yet encircled by vultures. Its vast lands are not only the lungs of the world but hold a treasure trove of minerals, fertile soil, and immense natural resources. With a population exceeding 80 million, it has the potential to be an economic powerhouse, a beacon of prosperity for all of Africa. A stable and prosperous Congo could become a model for resource-rich nations, demonstrating how to manage wealth for the benefit of all citizens. Imagine the ripple effect: increased trade, infrastructure development, and a thriving middle class across the continent. The Congo, once a symbol of exploitation, could become a story of transformation, a testament to the power of good governance, sustainable development, and regional cooperation. But the path forward will not be easy. The scars of conflict run deep, and vested interests will resist change. However, the potential rewards are immense, not just for the Congo, but for the entire continent. The question remains: can the DRC overcome its challenges and finally reawakens the sleeping giant which lies within? Kilimanjaro News Network would like to hear from you directly. The Democratic Republic of Congo is a land overflowing with resources, yet its people haven't reaped the benefits. Who are the real winners and losers in the ongoing conflict, and how can this dynamic be shifted? How can Congo get rid of the West and look for an African solution to the problem? Patrice Lumumba, a leader who dreamt of a unified and prosperous Congo, was tragically eliminated. Does the Congo need a visionary leader to emerge again, or is a more systemic approach to peace and development necessary? Send us your messages. Remember to like, share, and subscribe to Kilimanjaro News Network, the authentic voice of Africa. Scan our QR code and go to our website for more news coverage and unique analysis. Kilimanjaro News Network broadcasts in Swahili, Arabic, English, and French.